The next one, remember I'm only going to do one double crochet in. For me it's this pink stitch right here. For you it might be something else. It might not be double or might not be multicolored, so you just have to pay attention. I wanted to give you guys the multicolored so that you could kind of see where things were different on mine while I was teaching you. So I've gone through, I'm going to wrap around, bring it through, yarn over, bring through 2, yarn over, bring through 2. Now remember I did 2 double crochets in the last one, so this one is only 1 double crochet. Now I'm going to move on to the next one and do 2 double crochets in that one. So yarn over, go in, bring it through, yarn over, bring through 2, yarn over, bring through 2, yarn over, go through, bring the yarn through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. Okay, so I'm going to speed it up at this point. I'm actually going to get myself a little bit more yarn from my little roll of yarn here. And I'm going to speed it up now. If you need to pause it, go ahead and pause it. Remember to skip that last stitch because we're going to use that to kind of give us some space for that slip stitch at the end and make it look like there's not quite such an obvious seam in our hat between our rows. So I'm going to speed up now. So the next one, there's only going to be 1, then 2, then 1, then 2. Just remember to count as you go around. And if you need a little bit more help on this row, go ahead and rewind. And it's the same instructions all the way around until the last couple of stitches. So I'm going to do 1, then 2, then 1, then 2. And 1, then 2, and just keep going around as you count. Okay, so if you have counted correctly, your last one will have 2 in the stitch. Now we're going to skip, remember, skip that 1 there at the bottom of the chain stitch. And we're going to go follow the chain stitch up. For me, it changes colors part of the way through, so it might be a little bit difficult to see here. But we're going to follow it up here, and it's going to be this one right here at the top of that double crochet, but maybe slightly behind it. Go in through your 2 stitches there, and we're going to yarn over and bring it through all of the stitches. This is called a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 2, and the next row you may have already guessed. So we've done our round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4. You may have already guessed we're going to keep spreading the double crochets out. So we're going to go back in again, and with the chain stitch and the first double crochet, that's going to be 2 in the first stitch. Then we're going to do 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, all the way around, and remember to skip that last stitch. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go back into that one that we just did the slip stitch into. Don't forget to yarn over first. Then we're going to bring the yarn through, so we now have 3 loops. Yarn over, bring through 2, yarn over, and bring through 2. You should be getting pretty good at this stitch by now, but I'll keep reminding you as we go around for the first few stitches on what to do. So yarn over, go through into the next stitch over, yarn over, bring it through the stitch, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. And remember, we're going to spread out. So we've got our 2 in our first one, then our 1 here. We're going to do one more that's just 1 double crochet into the next stitch. So bring it through. You've now got 3 loops, and then you're yarning over through 2, yarn over through 2. Okay, so we've done 2 in that one, 1, 1. So our next one's going to be 2. So yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over and bring through, yarn over, bring through 2, yarn over, bring through 2 loops, yarn over into the very same stitch, yarn over and pull it through the stitch, then yarn over and bring through 2, yarn over and bring through 2. Okay, so we've had 2, 1, 1, 2, and then we're going to do 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, like a little pattern. So our next one, we're going to do 1 double crochet. So I've yarned over, go into the next stitch here, and we're going to bring it through. So now we've got 3 loops, yarn over, through 2, yarn over through 2. So there's 1. Now we're going to do 1 into the next one, yarn over, into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. Okay, so our next one we're going to do 2 double crochets in. So we're going to go into the next stitch. So we've yarned over, go into the next stitch, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and we're going to go back into that stitch again, yarn over, we're going to go into the same stitch, pull it through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. Okay, now we're going to do 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2 all the way around. I am going to speed it up. If you need more time, this would be a good time to pause the video. And of course, don't forget to skip that last one at the end there, because we want to make sure that we've got room for our slip stitch so that things don't get too crowded over there. Okay, I'm going to speed up now. Two, 1, 1. Okay, this one's going to be 2. Okay, so I made it all the way around. I'm going to need to do a slip stitch again. You may remember how to do it at this point. but listen while you're doing it just to be safe. So we've done round 1, round 2, round 3, and round 4. The next row is going to be the last one that you're going to have to really count through. So let's celebrate that last row, because after that we just get to do 1 double crochet and everything all the way around. So let's get to that last counting row. We're going to follow our chain stitch up to that last one, and we're going to go into there, and then we're going to pull the yarn through and pull it through again. So it looks like this. And you can see the seam there a little bit, but trust me, you see it a lot less than you would otherwise. Okay, we're going to chain 2. And we're going to yarn over and double crochet back into that same one, and through 2, and through 2. And I will give you a wild guess while I'm getting more yarn about what we're going to count now. So I'm sure you've all figured it out. We're going to do double crochet, and then 2 double crochets, and then 3 of the double crochets in the next one, or 3, so 2, then 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, as we go around. Sorry if I just confused you on that. I didn't mean to. So let's get started. So we're going to yarn over. We're going to go into the next stitch, which for me is this dark purple one here. So I've yarned over, I've gone through, and I'm going to take the yarn and bring it through that stitch. Now I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, bring through 2 of those loops, yarn over, bring through 2 of those loops. So now I've got 2 there, 1 there, yarn over into the very next stitch, which for me is this blue one here. Bring the yarn through, yarn over, bring through 2, yarn over, bring through 2. So we've got 2, 1, 1. Now we're going to do 1 more double crochet in the next hook, in the next stitch, which for me is still blue. And I'm going to bring it through, yarn over, bring through 2, yarn over, bring through 2. So we've got 2, 1, 1, 1. So what do we do on the next one? It is 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to go into the next stitch, which is purple for me. And bring the yarn through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. We're going to go back into that very same one, so yarn over, back into the same one, bring it through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. And we're going to do a single double crochet, but just 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So yarn over, we're going to go in, bring it through. I've now got 3 on there, yarn over, bring it through 2, yarn over, bring it through 2, yarn over, into the next stitch, and bring it through, yarn over, bring through 2, yarn over, bring through 2, and 1 more of these. We're going to go into the next one, bring the yarn through, yarn over, and bring through 2, and yarn over and bring through 2. The next one we're going to do 2 double crochets, so bring it through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2, and our second one into that same stitch, yarn over, bring through 2, yarn over, bring through 2. I'm going to speed up at this point, and I will see you at the end. Don't forget to skip that last stitch so that we can do our slip stitch. Just make sure I did that. 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. Okay, perfect. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I am at the end of my round here, and I'm going to skip that last stitch. I'm going to follow it up, and I'm going to do my slip stitch in the top, and we're going to bring it through all of those stitches. So that's a slip stitch if you remember. So now from here on out, it's going to be the same. Every single round that you do will be the same. You're going to chain up 2, and then you're going to do a second double crochet in that first one where you chained, and the rest of them it's just going to be 1 all the way around, except for that last one where we're going to chain stitch. And it's going to be that way until you're done with the project. So we'll do the next row together, and then I'll come back and I'll show you my finished project. Typically for an adult, you're looking at 8 to 9 inches from the very top of the hat, which will actually be where this circle is in the center. This is going to be the top of the hat, and then you're going to see it start to curve down as you go further. Typically from here to the bottom of the hat is going to be 8 to 9 inches for a teenager or an adult, and 7 to 8 inches for a smaller child. Obviously, once you get into babies, you're going to be looking at much smaller hats, also smaller around, so you would need a little bit different pattern for that. If you are interested in that, please let me know, and we can talk about a different pattern. Also, different hook sizes make things bigger as far as wider, or smaller, depending on the hook size. So we'll do this next row together, and then we'll just come back at the end to finish it off. But every row after this one is going to be the same. So